Alright, what's up guys? I'm gonna do another quick video. This one's gonna be a walk around the car, maybe showing the wrap a little bit more in depth. Just got done putting it in this little pan spray, getting ready for a photo shoot in the morning. So I just wanted to go over and show how, just maybe go over some of the quality points of the wrap as far as how the edges are done. A lot of people have questions. Common question I get is, when you open the doors, will it be the same color? For me, I only do basic color change wraps. You got to keep in mind, I'm very new at wrapping cars. I just started wrapping cars, which was this one, back in October. So it is now, what, about to be May next week. So not very long, but I feel like I've come a very long way. I've had multiple shops look at my work, and all of them, I've had multiple job offers from shops, and most of them agree that my work is on point, pretty much. I mean, I would say it's at a professional level right now. I was at Clean Culture Expo in Orlando last weekend. I got to see the work of about 3 shops from South Florida. And I can say I didn't win the Best Wrap Award, and the car that won was the only car that probably was better than mine in overall quality. And it, I mean, we're talking pins and needles here. But all the other cars that were wrapped in this high-end car show, I can comfortably say, without tooting my own horn or anything, that the quality of my wrap was better. Let's talk about this door handle. I lost it. Yeah. So got the new one on order. I honestly don't know how I lost it. I actually got very upset, kicked some stuff, tossed my garage around. Basically, it walked off on me. I really don't know where. Luckily, they're dirt cheap. OEM from NissanPartsUSA.com. It's only $7. So that's already on order. Here's the rear quarter. So the way it works is on a basic color change, obviously, as you can see, no jams. We just cut to the edge, and then we tuck the corner so that when you close the door, it looks like paint from all angles. That's always the goal. It has to look like paint from all angles. Even here with the little light shining through. That's why I got that little extra that folds in. Here looks like paint, but realistically, I'm only wrapped maybe 1/8 of an inch past this. Like, I didn't take this off. I found out from a good friend of mine, these do come off without breaking. I just don't know how to do it. So I'm not afraid to admit I'm not the greatest mechanic in the world. I don't know everything. Another good friend of mine taught me that these do come off without breaking them. So this person obviously knows what they're doing. But they are delicate. That's one thing. They are very delicate. So what I did for this here was I wrapped over all the way, and then I cut to the edge and tucked in the rest. So, I mean, it looks like paint. You would never tell that. Even here from the factory, there's actually black wrap right here from the factory, and it stops right here, and I lined it up just perfect. So, like I said, when I pull this wrap, I'm already planning the next theme for this car. This will stay brushed for the rest of the year, more than likely. But I'm already planning the next theme. So, like I said, here's my trunk. The wrap's been on for a week now. There's no lifting in any corners. I haven't done no post care yet. Like, I've done all my post heating, which you're supposed to do. God, there's a lot of bugs here. It's all this light. It's at night. Here's my trunk. See, wrapped around all the corners. No lifting, no creases. That's what you want. No lifting, no creases. Usually in the middle, you always go a little bit more, maybe to the second weld seam, and the reason being is because when you open the trunk, you have to you put your fingers. If you go just to the bare edge, you might catch it and lift it on your own. My first wrap on this car was the Aubergine. I had bubbles all through here. It's my first wrap. It looked great when all the doors were closed, but any professional will spot the trouble areas. This is one of them. So this was another huge improvement in quality for my wrap overall. For the professionals out there that might be watching this, you're probably looking at this and was like, well, that's pretty easy. It's a very shallow bumper. It really is. This is child's play. But still, for a beginner installer, that might prove a little bit of a trouble spot for the beginner installers out there. Moving on to the right side, same thing on the quarter. Now for the side rockers, you don't have to wrap as far as I did. I actually removed them. Another good, like I said, good friend of mine, same one that was able to remove these, she actually wrapped her side rockers on the car complete. I chose to take them off. That's just a matter of preference. I have here's my wheel wells from the bumper. So you can see nice perfect curves. And once again, I haven't done my post treatment. So to explain, in these wet areas where your tires are going to splash up water and whatnot, you want to add an edge sealer here or edge seal tape, one of the two. I used to use edge seal tape. I've moved on to edge sealer because the tape can fail anyway because up here is dirty, way up here. So I've just been adding tape on the bead right here, and it works great. But keep in mind, the tape doesn't prevent the wrap from the edge sealer. The liquid edge sealer doesn't prevent the wrap from lifting, but the tape would. But I'm confident this is gonna stay for the long term. I do have to add the edge sealer though, so I'll be doing that tonight before the photo shoot. Here's my hood. This is a huge trouble area for a lot of installers. Pretty much every wrap at Clean Culture, this is the first place I looked. It's easy to look and access. All of them had creasing right here. And the reason why is because they probably wrapped the hood and wrapped up to the corner, which took away all the slack they can use to prevent the corners from wrapping clean. What I always do is I wrap the corners first. First thing I do, I don't squeegee, I don't do anything until these corners are wrapped. This way I'm wrapping it with as much slack as I possibly can. Then I lay the wrap, then I squeegee, then I cut. There's no point in wrapping anything until your corners are done. I'm probably giving away trade secrets right now. So then I did the embossing. You guys have probably already seen the pictures on that. Basically, I used emergency vehicle reflective vinyl that I got from Identity Design in Florida. They're the founders of the Paint is Dead network of wrap shops. Austin, the owner, has been sort of a bit of a mentor for me, we'll say. I mean, he gives me good advice. You know, he's all about, from what I can gather, I've only met him a couple times, but he seems to be really about promoting the industry as a whole. And he'd rather have someone like me as a beginner installer doing quality work to make sure that we're representing the industry in a positive manner as opposed to keeping secrets. That's kind of what I take from the stuff he's told me and the advice he's given me. So, I mean, he's a pretty awesome dude. Here's my front end. I would think cutting these sensors out was a huge mistake, and here's why. On the Aubergine, the gloss cuts real clean, but because of the jagged edges on this brushed wrap, the blade kind of does this number. So now if you get real close, you can see it's jagged. You know, and I'm not afraid to admit my mistakes. I'll show you guys the rear. And also keep in mind, this does not block the sensors whatsoever. But you can see here, this is much, much cleaner. And after consulting with Austin on the matter, he pretty much said the same thing. Never cut the sensors with any wrap, just for the simple fact, as long as the wrap is making contact with the sensor, the sensor's gonna work. I did learn the hard way though, the blue painter's tape that you guys see me doing the pictures, make sure that thing is secure, because the way the sensors work, they work off distance. It's sonar. And the tape was unpeeling on me in the highway. It kind of flew over the sensor, and at 80 miles an hour, it slammed the brakes on me, caught me off guard. Be really careful if you're going to do that. I think it's a great method to protect your wrap or your paint for short trips, but just make sure it's applied right, because the car will slam the brakes on you, thinking there's something in your way. So let me see, I'm looking at the video here and time running out. I got like almost 4,000 pictures on my phone, all of them high res, so the memory is running short for videos. As you can see, my engine cover is still averaging bronze. I think I might leave it. It looks kind of cool, I think. Yeah, I think I might actually leave that just because. I mean, obviously it doesn't match what I got going on, but honestly, I think the abstract, the mixture, it's kind of cool. So here's my hood. Corners. This is what every professional installer is going to look like. This is the first place they're going to go to when you take it to a shop, or anyone that knows about wraps. They're not going to look at the flat panels. I mean, look at this. Anybody can do this. Anybody. With the advancement in technology, with the air release and the repositionability of modern films, anyone can make a panel look like this. But when you get to the corners here, making them look like that, if I can focus, that's an acquired skill. That's not something that comes right away. Making your corners look like this and stay like that. That's always the goal, at least for me, and what I take from the videos that I watch. I pay for the Wrap Institute so I can learn how to do this stuff right. I'm hoping to pay for the real class, hopefully in the next couple weeks. But pretty much, you want every panel to look like paint. You want every corner to not have folds or wrinkles, and it needs to last at a minimum of 3 years. That's the goal for every wrap. It needs to last for a minimum of 3 years. More, if anything. Here's my door handles. I actually used a new method that I learned from the Wrap Institute. I actually wrapped these partially on the car, then I took them off to finish it. Really awesome technique. Basically, I put the handle back on the car. I did a cold pre-stretch and stretched the vinyl all the way to the front, then pulled it off and wrapped it. And what that does for you, for me, it gives you the leverage you need to apply the wrap. It's really difficult to apply small pieces on the car. I mean, off the car, when you want to be able to control the vinyl with 2 hands. And here's my side rocker. And looking at the pattern, you can see the pattern matches. Yeah, you want to wrap panels, or you want to be able to wrap anything with leverage and being able to control the vinyl with 2 hands. And when you're holding a door handle in your hand, that's just not feasible. So the only panels that don't line up, and once again, I'm not afraid to admit mistakes and stuff I'm learning, is these 2 panels right here. These do not line up. See right there? But every other panel, I got to line up. And miraculously, I don't know how I did it. To me, I mean, obviously I paid attention. So you see, I'm gonna move across, and here's that badass graphic a lot of people have been talking about. As I moved to the rear quarter and the bumper, I miraculously got these to line up. I really don't know how. I mean, I say I don't know how. I mean, I just paid attention as best I could, but you gotta understand, this bumper is an 11-foot long piece of vinyl. I mean, when you're handling 11 feet of vinyl, it's difficult to control. I mean, I'm used to it now, but there's some skill involved with it. So to be able to control that amount of vinyl and get it to line up with the panels, I think is an achievement for me. Once again, some of the professionals out here, you know, that do this stuff every day, that's nothing to them, but to me, that was kind of cool. I'm running short on time, so I'm getting ready to wrap this up. The Stillen diffuser, awesome. I mean, I literally installed that in 5 minutes, like not even exaggerating. I did have some help though. Had my dad help me. The front lip took me about, I want to say about 15 minutes to install by myself. I actually lowered the car and the air suspension at just the right height for me able to put a jack and hold it up. So that was awesome. So I'm getting ready to wrap this up. There's the car. I'll catch you guys in the next video.